going to move around between cameras.
Okay, I'll try and keep up.
Welcome to the Three Speech Podcast.
Yeah!
Is that high enough energy for you? How about that? We've got an incredibly progressive lineup this week. We've got the Northern Irish. Are you Northern Irish? Yeah.
I would identify as Irish.
Identify. So we've got the British Vittorio Angeloni on production duties. We've got Radu Isaac all the way from Romania.
Yeah,
Back again.
European.
Yeah.
Twice in a row.
It's like Brexit never happened. And we've got the Bajan sensation, Mr. Nico Yearwood.
Yes. Back again.
And
14 times in a row.
I missed last week, so it was only one time in a row for me. But yeah, and I'm Leo Kers, and I'm progressive because...
Tell us the people why you missed the show, Leo.
I can't remember. What was it?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
I don't even know.
Why
are you traveling?
Oh, I was in Austria.
Yeah.
I was
How
doing
was
shows
that?
in Austria, laying some flowers at a birthplace. As a reference to Hitler. I wasn't laying any flowers. I did some shows in Linz. Yeah, if you think I say something funny, Nico, just feel free to laugh. And like other podcasts, they sort of pep each other up like, ha 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 ha. Oh, that's so funny. Not this podcast. We just let each other
keep it
fucking
real.
die.
We keep it real.
Keep it too real.
Podcast is for the streets.
Yeah.
Yeah, so tell us, you did some gigs in Austria.
I did, yeah.
And where else?
Linz. I did some filming in Dublin as well for the Laughter Lounge for their like Halloween special.
And did you have trouble getting in anywhere? Vaccine
I had
passport.
trouble getting back into the UK because they wanted a day 2 PCR test. So this is like you got to pay money.
Yeah. Did you do it?
I had to pay money.
How much was it?
40. The cheapest I found was £43.
I paid like 80 quid a couple of weeks ago just
Oh
because
my
I was
God.
at the airport and I didn't know about it. And they changed the rules like 2 days before.
Yeah.
I can't really fucking check the rules like every day now.
Man, like flying wasn't already too much of a hassle, too much paperwork and bureaucracy. And why are we trying to stop? Like, all right, we've got coronavirus in Austria, we've got coronavirus in the UK, but they're like, oh no, we can't have any coronavirus coming from Austria to the UK. It's like it's in both places. There's plenty of it.
But getting into Austria was easy.
Yeah, it was fine. Getting into Ireland was amazing. They don't even look at your passport. They're just like, come on then, And then the guy I got on the bus, and I didn't have any coins because I only had notes because I'm a baller. And the bus driver was like, don't worry about it, just get on the bus.
I like that.
I love that. I wouldn't get that in London. And you certainly don't get that with Ryanair, who charged me £55 because I forgot to check in online.
Yeah, I had to do that once, but I made the promoter pay.
Right, I didn't make the promoter pay.
I told the lady that next time I'm gonna see somebody who's on fire, I'm not gonna help them. Ryanair, that's what they're promoting in the world.
Yeah. I'd be amazed if anything Ryanair owns could actually catch fire. They're just the worst. The whole business model is they've got cheap plane tickets, but then they just every angle they try and trick you. They try and trick you out of money.
It's very annoying, but I do love I hate train companies because the train to the airport is usually more expensive than my Ryanair flight.
Yeah.
Like if you figure out where all the no's are, you can buy a ticket pretty quickly.
Yeah.
First time takes like a half an hour. Second time takes like 6 minutes.
Yeah. Trains annoy me though because like if you're 2 minutes late for your train, that's it. You got to buy a whole new ticket, and you got to buy like full price, like on the day ticket.
That's so annoying.
no,
Whereas my train coming down is 12 minutes late for this podcast.
I don't get anything.
I don't get anything. They should have to pay me a whole brand new ticket price.
There is a website you can go on, but it has to be 15 minutes late.
Yeah, delay replay.
Yeah, that's it. Delay replay. I think it's 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, I'm going to remember that. Let's go back to the
Helpful
vaccine.
things for travelers.
So, from what I've been talking about, like about the second day vaccines, apparently you have to buy them and order them, but everybody I know that didn't really do the test and nothing happened.
Yeah, because I didn't do the test until like day 4 or 5 because I tried to register it online. It was hassle, so I didn't do it. But nothing happened to me. I didn't get
Mine is
arrested.
still in the box.
Right. So yeah, you can do that thing because if you order it before you fly, it's actually super cheap. It's like literally like £1.50 or whatever, and you got these pickup ones, but the locations were all like East Kilbride and Carlisle and stuff. So,
Did you go to Chappelle?
No, I'm going tonight.
Tonight, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta do a PCR. Not PCR, one of them.
I got
natural
the
flow.
I got the passport, the immunity.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so I can get in anywhere. Vaccine passport. Not that Darius says I'm like the reason tyranny exists because I've got a. But I want to fly to Austria. I've got.
You've
flight,
got the PCR thing.
Yeah, because I had coronavirus.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's cool.
So I'm still not vaccinated, but I don't need to be vaccinated for another 5 months apparently.
Okay.
And by then they'll have a really good vaccine that doesn't make your dick fall off. We'd just like to point out, in case YouTube's algorithm is scanning this, we don't actually think that the vaccine makes your dick fall off.
But it might.
It might. You don't know.
The point is we don't know.
Gotta wait a few months. I just want to see what happens, and then I'll have the vaccine. You know what I mean?
That's still gonna get pulled for hesitancy. That's hesitancy.
Everyone should get the vaccine and wear a face mask all the time, including when you're in your car. It'll stop you licking the windows.
I've gotten the vaccine, but also I've heard the reason I hate the vaccine is I heard the pharma industry in the world. So apparently the biggest industry in the world is the oil industry. Second biggest is the pharma industry.
Really?
And then food, we pay less for food.
Yeah.
Than we pay for food for pills.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we're not talking about this now. When the fuck are we going to talk about it? We're not going to talk during a global pandemic.
It is mad though how food is so much cheaper than it was in say the 1920s or whatever. The equivalent cost of an egg.
Okay.
An egg would be £5 or something, one egg, and a chicken would be £40. I mean, I'm making these numbers up, but that's kind of what.
I was trying to write a joke about how cheap chicken is at one point. Did some research. Cheaper than an entire chicken. Cheaper than a big box of Pringles.
No way.
What?
That's mad.
A what?
An entire chicken, a full chicken, cheaper than a big box of Pringles.
Yeah.
A box of Pringles? I never seen a box of Pringles.
Tube.
Tube. Okay.
I've never had Pringles before.
Pringles diversifying. They gone from circles to squares. Okay.
Geometry corner.
Chicken is cheaper than ice. That's another thing.
That's mad.
If you look at it in the supermarket.
Yeah.
You know what food has the biggest markup? Popcorn.
Yeah.
The markup on popcorn is insane.
Yeah, I would never
imagine.
buy anything at the cinema. I buy the ticket sometimes, and then I have shit in my bag.
Yeah, but popcorn, super cheap.
Yeah.
But very expensive when you go cinema. Even the supermarket popcorn.
Yeah.
That whole thing is literally 5p.
Right.
But they sell it for £4 or some shit.
Yeah. Okay.
Another tidbit of information there for the people.
And then the vaccine is something like 40 quid.
Yeah, all
Way
this
too expensive.
All the vaccine talk though, we're definitely gonna get flagged.
man, all this stuff, the PCR test and all the rest of it, man, they're making so much money on
But that's
it.
the thing. Everything that is detrimental to people
Yeah.
is big business.
Yeah.
Like disease is big business.
Yeah.
Prison is big business.
Yeah.
Any disaster
Gambling.
relief, anything that is detrimental, they make a big profit off of it.
Gambling is big business.
Yeah.
Pornography is big business.
That's not really that detrimental. Though.
Well, neither's vaccines. If you think about it.
No, but we're talking about the virus.
All right, yeah,
and,
yeah.
and the testing around it, and the vaccines around it, and the checks around it, and all this kind of thing. They make a big profit off of that, and that's the way they don't want it to go away, because they took out advertisements. There's a contract or something, a marketing thing till 2003 for coronavirus adverts in the tubes and all these different things.
Right.
Yeah. So they want to keep it there in people's minds. So the mask is big business, the test and everything. So yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of the PPE manufacturers and people are rapidly set up businesses to provide all the stuff that we needed. They're mates of the government.
Yeah.
So then the government, when you retire, the way government sort of works is you don't get paid much as an MP, even though there's always stories in the paper from poor people saying, "Oh, good, MPs get paid too much." It's like, no, they don't. They don't get paid very much at all. You just think they get paid quite a lot because you've got a really shit job because you're thick and you're poor. But they actually don't get paid that much. Sajid David had to take a 98% pay
Yeah,
cut.
but they rinse the expenses, so that makes up for it.
That's not so much. But where they make the money is when you leave government and you go and work for a lobbying firm, or you go you sit on the boards of businesses, and these are the same businesses that you were sort of giving contracts to when you're in government. So then
Yeah, it's all connected. The government is for big business, not the regular man on the street.
Yeah, not for self-employed comedians.
Yeah.
Sole traders.
What's the producer doing?
I heard this about Germany, how like Germany is a better setup because they have like the financial center is like in Frankfurt and then the capital is in Berlin.
Right.
So at least the politicians and the financial people, they don't go to the same sauna every day.
Right.
So at least it's a bit separate and it's like them against us.
It takes a bit longer with the Zoom calls. But the corruption is still there. It's just delayed. It's delayed corruption.
Not as efficient corruption as here.
Yeah. So we've got some stories to go through today. We've got Nigel Farage on Cameo. We've got in America, they've invented a floor jack for fat people. The Rolling Stones dropped brown sugar because people complained that it's problematic or racist or whatever. There's a sexy Bernie Sanders Halloween costume. And a student union says members can identify as black, disabled or female. Like, do you think people should be able to... Because obviously we can identify as whatever gender, which, you know, I think as a woman is a fantastic idea, you know? Like, I just feel like I'm living my authentic self. But what about other stuff like disabilities? Do you think you should be able to identify as disabled?
No, I think the whole thing is nonsense.
That's very problematic.
Yeah. No, all of it is craziness, man.
Yeah.
Identifying. No, there was a story today that came out. This lady won an award for writing an author. Yeah. But it turned out to be 3 white dudes. So it's in Spain. They chose a female, obviously a female name, but then they went to get the award and it was 3 guys.
So why were they pretending to be a black woman?
No, I don't know if it's black. It was just they used a woman's name.
Oh, right. Oh, so it's
Carmen.
Like a pseudonym.
Yeah. Carmen
Mola, I think.
Carmen Mola or Mona or something.
Yeah, Carmen Mola was awarded €1 million for winning the 2021 Premio Planeta Literary Prize. But when her name was announced at a glitzy award ceremony on Friday, 3 men went on stage.
So did they take it away?
No, they kept it for now, but
they wrote the thing.
Yeah. And what happened was it became hugely popular and successful. So then they couldn't back out. They couldn't be like, hey, it's you know, they said they just rode the wave.
Right.
Yeah. So,
that's wicked. That's a lot of money as well, like €1 million for writing. There's not normally much money in writing, and the prizes, even the Booker Prize, is like I don't know what it is.
And they turn in the books into a series or something as well.
Right.
So it's
They're really white guys as well. Like they're the whitest white guys.
Yeah.
That's so gangster.
Yeah. Identifying as something else is just the last chance straight white people have to break into any industry.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, though. It's like, because back in the day, they used to get like, there's almost like a reversal. They would get the black guys play the instruments and sing the song, and then put white people on the covers. To move more units and shit.
Yeah, and that happened with, although it wasn't like cross-racial, but with Milli Vanilli and with what was that? Right on Time. You know, so right on time. I'd provide the vocals for that.
Right on time.
Yeah, so that was like a big fat soul singer from America, and I think they put I don't know if she was white, but in the video in the band it's a
in a lot of
model.
In a lot of the early soul stuff, it would be black guys singing and playing the instruments, and just put some white people on the front.
Yeah.
That's
And didn't Paul Simon get in trouble for that, for Graceland? Because he went to South Africa, or maybe like the whole of Africa, I don't know, and like did all these like perform with all like Ladysmith, Black Mambazo, and all these people. Maybe the Bundu Boys as well. They're fucking flying here.
Is that a fly or a bee?
It's a fly. Are you scared of bees?
No, I just
It's only
wondering what it
attacking you
was.
for some reason.
Yeah, why is it going after? Now it's on your microphone. I'm worried. I've got part of a sandwich there.
Where's our logo? We don't have our logo on.
Three Speech Podcast. So, Nigel Farage has been.
No, we were talking about the books.
Oh yeah, these books that I'm gonna hide this from the fly. I'm worried the fly's gonna lay eggs in my sandwich.
What's going on? They have a lot of.
We got
nutrients.
20 minutes.
Okay, I'm gonna while you tell us about these books. Just give us some sort of opinion on something. Just give me 20 seconds so I can eat the rest of this sandwich.
Yeah, so how do you feel about that, Radu?
About you eating the sandwich?
No, about
doesn't
the
look tasty.
guys and the book.
Okay, yeah, I guess it's.
You think they should be allowed to pretend to be a woman?
Well, if they did it and they got the prize, then I don't know, it's fine.
Why aren't they dressed up as women when they go and collect the prize? If you're going to pretend to be a woman, at least like go the whole hog. Put on a dress and some makeup and stuff.
And it also relates to the question. It's like when Chappelle does his jokes, because some people say he's not gay. He should not be telling gay jokes.
Oh yeah, I don't agree with that at all.
Should Jewish people only be allowed to be the ones to tell Jewish jokes, or Muslim people be the only ones to tell Muslim jokes? Do you agree with that? Or
No, I feel like everybody should be allowed to do jokes about, but as long as the set is sort of balanced. If you're just like a white dude telling like 30 minutes of Muslim jokes,
Yeah.
then that's a problem.
So you have to talk about everybody.
Not necessarily everybody. Talk about yourself. Talk about others. Sort of talk about keep it just varied. So
So balance it out.
balance
Well,
it out,
I think
basically.
we know that like if like
throughout your career, not even throughout one set. So, like,
yeah, if like somebody goes on stage and they're just like they hate on Muslims for like 20 minutes, like man, nobody's gonna enjoy that. Nobody's gonna laugh.
But 2 minutes is fine.
2 minutes is
minutes
good.
of Muslim
If you
jokes.
sandwich it in between some like misogyny and stuff, then that's a good night out.
Okay, cool.
But no, if if somebody did that, this is why I don't understand why people feel the need to sort of police comedy and like say, oh, this person said this in a comedy club, they should be banned and stuff. Because we're always performing in front of a jury who are constantly judging us and giving us feedback. The audience are constantly...
yeah, there's no other art form where you're judged as much.
Yeah, especially in a comedy club where they haven't come specifically to see you.
Diving.
They're just a general, a slice of the population. So
I said diving, Leo.
diving what?
Judged harsher than comedy.
Diving. Diving, where they hold up the cards or whatever. I don't watch
Although
diving.
the first time you do a dive, it'll be in practice without any judges there. But the first time you try a joke, it's on stage in front of an audience. So that's different.
No, you tell it in front of your girlfriend.
How come you two know so much about diving?
Because we used to be divers.
Really?
That's how me and Nico
Is
know
that
each other.
Is this a diverse
Off the,
community?
we used to dive
Diversity.
off the coast of Ireland.
Diverse.
Yeah.
I'm going to Ireland on Saturday.
For what?
Galway Comedy Festival.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Who you on with?
Danny O'Brien, Carl Spain, Glenn Wool. I can't remember.
All the white boys.
Yep.
Are there-
Yeah, we want to
Are there-
keep it male.
Are there like enough English comics on the bill, so kind of have the enemies be represented?
There are some English comics in the bill. I'll tell you what got me at it. So and I'm from Dumfries, which is a town in Scotland, and it's where Robert Burns lived or something. And so they're having this big Burns festival. So they got a comedy stage, and they got instead of getting me, Martin Else is also from Dumfries, and he's a comedian. Instead of asking us or asking any Scottish comedians to be part of it, they got Russell Kane, Rosie Jones, and another English comedian. I can't remember who it is. Which you'd think in Scotland, get some Scottish ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just at least one.
one, yeah.
yeah,
It's like a
token
token.
Scottish person.
Crazy. Yeah.
And I contacted them to say, because somehow I was on their mailing list. So they sent me this thing saying, oh, buy your tickets for Rosie Jones or whatever now. So I wrote back pretending they'd offered me a gig. And they wrote back saying, oh, we'd love to support you. We can tell you what venues are in Dumfries and stuff. And it's I know what, I don't want that kind of support. I want your guaranteed fee, big gala show comedy spot. That's what I want.
I never play in my hometown. I've done a couple of shows. Apparently, there's a big saying nobody's smart in their homeland or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There's a phrase in the Bible, not a phrase, a verse. I think it's from the Bible.
Here comes the homophobia.
No, that a king is without honor in his homeland.
So a king is
A king is without honor in his homeland.
Yeah, because
So it's basically saying that
He was
you
a
go
teenager.
outside and you become a legend, but to your people that grew up with you, They just see you as a regular person.
Yeah, they remember you, Hornian, 16.
Yeah. We did that show together in Bucharest.
I did, but that's not my hometown.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a big city next to my. Yeah, they don't.
Right.
I have like a very thick accent in Romanian. And
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, it's not a Bucharest accent at all.
So is it like being from Newcastle or something?
Exactly, Newcastle.
Right.
I was gonna say, yeah. It's like Newcastle, Cornwall, anything
Right,
place
yeah.
that's poor.
We got 20 minutes left.
And people
Okay.
sort of interpret it as being uneducated accent.
Right.
Sorry, go ahead.
We got 20 minutes left, so yeah, we should get through some of these stories. So Nigel Farage. In fact, we should have started with these stories.
Yeah.
If anybody's still listening, we're getting through the actual stories we're going to talk about instead of this meandering like dentist chair chat. So yeah, Nigel Farage. This is a fun one for Vittorio because Nigel Farage got caught out. This video cracked me up. He's been doing cameos, and yeah, this is where it tripped him up.
And how is it? And why don't you ask yourselves in Dublin a question? Why did you fight the British? Why did Irish nationalists
Good question.
fight the British for 500 years? 500 often very bloody, difficult years until the 1920s. What was the point of it if you're now governed by European commissioners?
I think people will
That's
be
a debate,
entertained,
perhaps.
Nigel, to hear you
and that
talking
may be too
about
inconvenient
this.
for all of you in Dublin. Oh, I'm sure. Yes, of course.
I know that you apologised for the birthday greeting which you delivered in the last couple of days, but I want people to see just how much you know about the history and culture on this island.
Now, it's a bit early in the day, so all I've got actually is coffee, but I hope you enjoy a few pints with the lads tonight. Up the Ra!
So up the
Ah, Nigel. I mean, I know that you said sorry. I know you get 87 quid. It's entirely within your rights to do that. But come on, don't try and lecture the Irish.
And she basically just floors him for the rest of it. And it's good fun for everyone.
And Vittorio, you can explain what up the Ra means for anybody who doesn't know.
So for people that don't know, Up the Ra is basically a pro-IRA calling card.
It's like coming out if he like came out with a Kalashnikov going, Allahu Akbar, you know what I mean? Death to the West.
It is the equivalent. It's death to the... Yeah, it's it would be like that. Death to the
Death
West.
to the east.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
Even though Ireland's slightly further west. than
Yeah,
the UK.
death to the slightly east.
So yeah, but I don't understand why he's doing these cameos. I mean, he's definitely got more money than me.
So why is that so problematic though?
Oh, because he's coming out. So obviously his stance is, I don't know if is he saying like Ireland should be united with the UK. I'm not totally sure what his stance is. Well, the point he was making is actually quite a valid one because they spent 500 years fighting the British and now they've just become subsumed into Europe, which is another empire.
That's not a valid point.
It's a very valid point. Nigel's a very clever guy.
He's trying to sell independence, but from somebody that is from a country that just tried to take away Ireland's independence for like the last 500 years.
Yeah.
They tried to take it away. They couldn't. Okay, you guys be independent now.
Why is Up the Ra so problematic though?
Because it's so the IRA used to blow up like they had political targets, but they'd also just blow up shopping centres and stuff, blow up little kids, and
It's not that,
like
is it
Al-Qaeda.
offensive for Irish people or for like English people? Because mostly English people got blown up, right?
Yeah. But then like so Nigel's coming out and obviously is being critical of the IRA, and then but he's been duped into saying this pro-IRA statement on Cameo.
When was he critical of
And also,
the
you
IRA?
should, if you're going to talk about Ireland and Ireland's political history, you should know what up the Ra means.
It just shows how ignorant, how little he knows about
but
the thing.
what did he say about the IRA?
So the Irish nationalists that were fighting that he was pretending to know so much about in that interview, she kind of flipped it and went, well, you clearly don't know that much about them if you've said this and you didn't even know what it meant.
Okay.
Yeah.
But isn't he allowed to post that message? Like if the Taliban contacted you and say, we're going to pay you...
87
we're
pounds.
going to pay you
Probably
I
like
think they
200
call it,
quid.
I think they'd start with Darius.
to do some to do some influencing.
Yeah.
They want to reach a Scottish radicalize some Scottish.
Yeah, man, obviously,
Scottish youth. What do you take?
I'd do that for the crack. I'd do that for,
Exactly.
Obviously, imagine that Edinburgh show, man. Spokesman for the Taliban. That's my
Influencing.
dream job.
Hashtag Taliban.
Yeah.
Hashtag. You know what I mean?
It might happen. I mean, the Taliban are trying to become a more diverse, inclusive government, apparently.
comedians.
So yeah. Although I've seen some horrible videos from Afghanistan of women being executed in the street and stuff because they've got morality police that go around, sort of like the UK but with guns.
Yeah.
So they've got morality police that go around and instead of being like, oh, you misgendered someone, you're bad, and getting them on Twitter, they shoot women in the street if they're dressed inappropriately in accordance with whatever dipshit thing it is. I mean, I shouldn't say dipshit. If the Taliban are listening, then I'd love to be part of your organisation for we can discuss fees.
The terms, yeah.
Yeah. Up the Taliban. Have the Taliban got a slogan like up the Ra?
I guess Allahu Akbar is probably the closest.
Right.
Nah, that scribble they got on the flag. No, that's the ISIS flag.
The QR code.
They got it.
I think
The Taliban have a flag.
I don't know.
ISIS got a flag.
I mean, Afghanistan's got a flag.
Pull up the Taliban flag. The Taliban logo.
They hung.
Branding.
Yeah.
They hung a flag that looked quite ISIS-y from a helicopter.
It looked quite ISIS-y, did it?
Yeah, it did look quite ISIS-ish.
This is what we've got.
Very ISIS.
Was this Taliban flag?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's
See, they gone for the white with the black writing.
yeah.
ISIS is the opposite.
That's the same as the
Black.
Three Speech podcast.
ISIS is black with the white writing.
Yeah, I mean that flag's going to get dirty quickly. They should have thought. I mean, it's like buying a carpet for the kitchen. You've got to think ahead with this stuff. Nobody would have a carpet now. I've stayed in flats that have a carpet in the kitchen though.
Okay.
Yeah, I have as well.
I've never stayed in a flat with a kitchen.
Where are you staying now?
I stay in like a nice apartment these days.
All right, cool. Oh yeah, you're saying.
Yeah, but I'm gonna. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of this winter.
Right.
You sound like you homeless, man. I'm not afraid of this winter. I've got a great sleeping bag.
I haven't when I first moved here. That was like the shittiest winter I've ever had.
Right.
I
Yeah.
didn't have like a job, and I didn't have like a nice house. It was horrible.
You had to cuddle up with rats to keep you warm.
Yeah.
Was there no heating and stuff in the?
No, I think that was like the second winter here.
Right.
But like the first winter, it was just no walls.
Right.
And
Right.
the second winter, I got walls, but no heating.
So no walls.
Were you actually homeless?
No, I'm just kind of saying. No, at one point, I did move out to where I was. I did move out from where I was staying, and the same day I kind of quit the job I had.
Yeah.
So it was like a big changeover.
What was your first job when you came over?
As a receptionist at the hotel, and they just they were kind of shitty. They basically what I hated about it, a lot of things I hated about, but one of the things was they had like a task where you'd have to like the next shift you'd have to sort of present the issues from this shift.
Yeah.
So if I don't know somebody ordered the pizza, you have to tell the next receptionist, okay, there is a pizza coming for
Right. Yeah.
201. But then, like, my shift ended at 1:30, their shift started at 1:30. So theoretically, we weren't ever supposed to be working at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they wanted us to be working at the same time for like 15 minutes every day.
For free.
For free, yeah. So that sort of made my wage go beneath minimum wage.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they were still very sort of, come on, that's just 15 minutes.
Yeah. Well, just give me
70 quid.
Just give me 15 minutes worth of money then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like 70 pence. That's
Yeah.
what I'm asking for. Is
Yeah,
like
yeah.
70 pence.
Yeah, it's like when people borrow a tenner off you and then you ask for it back and they're like, that's just a tenner. It's like, well, how about you give me 20 quid then? If a tenner's not much. So yeah, Nigel Farage on Cameo. Oh, we've also, in America, they've invented, this is amazing. This is an amazing invention. This is a floor jack for fat people.
Let me just load it up for you here.
It's,
it is mad looking.
yeah, so this... You see this? They're actually using it on a big fat guy right there. And I like how he's got his arms folded in a sort of quite a passive aggressive pose. Like, I'm not going anywhere. But then
he's like, do your best, mate.
Yeah.
I like that there's a fireman truck behind it. Like there was an emergency here.
Yeah. Well, I think that's what it's for. It's for firemen. So a lot of fat people are so fat they're immobile.
Okay, they're killing firemen now and they're trying to.
I saw.
Does he have to like, that to get him up? That's hilarious.
Exactly how it works.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, like you're changing the tire in a car.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw a documentary and there's this fat lass in it, and she was like a puddle. She was like on all the bones. I'm not even sure her bones
This was on Channel 4.
Yeah, was it called well,
and they had
a few of them.
Break down the walls to get her out.
Yeah, fat girls and feeders.
Yeah, a crane pulled up outside.
Yeah. It's insanity.
It wasn't on Channel 4. It was on Channel 4+1.
Imagine having your high school mate see you. Like, whatever happened to Daisy?
Yeah.
Daisy being craned out of the building.
Yeah.
National TV.
The thing is, the one I saw, the lady had a husband.
Yeah.
And the husband, bather, would have like a spray bottle with water. And he would come down and spray her like that and then rub her.
Oh, right. With it. Yeah.
Madness.
Rag on a stick.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Oh, yeah, because
and they get bed sores.
They
and
get
all this
bed
sores. And
yeah,
shit,
yeah. And fold, and the skin goes, because the blood flow doesn't get to all your extremities when you're that big. So you get ulcers and sores and stuff. I mean, it's enough to make you stop eating Twinkies, I'd have thought. But apparently not. Apparently people are like, nah, I love eating Twinkies so much, I'm just going to turn into a puddle.
That's the thing I don't understand. There has to be, I always think that there has to be a point where you look at your belly and you go, okay. You know what I mean? This has gotten out of hand. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But there's got to be a point where you say, this is ridiculous. I can only get out the door sideways now or something. And you it triggers yourself to do something about it. So I don't understand why they just let it carry on and on.
Yeah.
But I guess it's a mental thing.
The more you let it carry on, the more monumental the task becomes, the more impossible it seems. The more you kind of just want to eat another Twinkie and die.
Yeah, maybe it's the sort of depression. Also, a lot of we got
a bit of trash there for the whole podcast.
Oh, you can't see it. Oh, you can see it.
Yes, you can.
Like decoration.
But so a lot of the real lawn whales who
this
can't.
Is real smooth. You just turn that on in the middle, move that at the end.
Good.
This is what happens when Mooch isn't here.
Yeah.
People skimming through it.
This is going to be so smooth by the time we get to the last minute. Like everything.
Oh yeah, we got 7 minutes left. So a lot of the real big fat ones have got because obviously you can't walk down to the chip shop and get chips if you're a puddle because you can't stand up. So they have feeders, so their husband or whatever, and it's almost like a form of control, like abuse. It's like instead of keeping them in a box in the basement, you just keep them trapped in a puddle body, fed by pizza.
So it's abusive husbands that are keeping the people fat?
It's a fetish for some people.
Yeah, it's a fetish.
That is some people though.
A fetish.
But that's some people.
Yeah, that's some
people just get fat on their own.
Sure.
Yeah, we definitely gonna get this pulled.
What else has happened?
Rolling Stones.
Rolling Stones have dropped Brown Sugar from their tour. They're on tour at the moment. Apparently it's an amazing tour, even though Mick Jagger's 78. Keith Richards is 76. Charlie Watts, unfortunately, passed away, aged 80. But they're playing for 2.5 hours, just sprinting all over the place. It's mad that he's 78 and he can still do that. And yeah, I read a review that said they're in their absolute prime, which is
there's no way.
Fantastic. Yeah,
no way they're prime. I get if you're they're still good, but there's no way this is.
I can understand it. You know why? Because now they're not smacked up on fucking horse tranquilizers and strychnine and stuff. So now they can actually.
You're such an old guy.
They used to.
I heard that never was. I heard Mick Jagger was always the cleanest person. No drugs, no booze, no which kind of made me hate him because it feels like he's selling the complete opposite on stage.
Yeah, no, I don't think they do drugs anymore. I mean, apart from drugs that are prescribed by a doctor.
Okay.
But it's back in the day, like Mick Jagger used to do loads of drugs, and Keith Richards used to do loads of drugs. He did stuff that wasn't even drugs. He like injected himself with strychnine. That's like rat poison, just to see what it would do. And turns out it kills you. Mm-hmm. So I mean, he like nearly died like a few times. Yeah, just crazy life.
I've got his autobiography at home.
Right.
I never read it.
It's a great anecdote.
Yeah. Got loads more of those for you.
But why have they stopped playing the song?
So Brown Sugar, apparently, 'cause it's about, he's talking about a slave girl dancing and talking about, he's lusting after her and all the rest of it. So they say it's problematic because she's black, and like it's also referencing slavery and cruelty and all that kind of stuff, and it's misogynist. But man, all great rock is misogynist. You know what I mean? I don't know how. If you go back and look at AC/DC's back catalogue, like every single song would get them in jail.
Because all I know is the brown sugar baby.
That's not the same song. Is there like brown sugar baby?
Is there like any guilt in the song that he's sort of lusting towards the slave girl?
It's a sort of celebration of her, and it's like it's sort of uplifting her, saying how great she is.
I doubt that.
But
I doubt that. I'm gonna. Yeah, but it will be in a objectifying way.
Oh yeah. But come on, it's rock and roll. Imagine how rubbish rock and roll would be if it was like all super woke and like, oh baby, I respect you so much.
But isn't he
When you come over here and be platonic with me?
But isn't he just
baby? That's it. Brown sugar.
No, that's not it.
You've just seen the word brown sugar.
Brown sugar baby.
But isn't it just that because obviously he's never. I know they're old, but they're not old enough to have actually met slaves.
No, they weren't born in
he's writing
fucking 1720s.
But he's written it from. It's like a character, in a book. Do you know what I mean? So why can't? It's the same thing with that fairy tale in New York. Like they're playing characters. So I don't understand the issue.
Yeah. And he's not like like Gold Coast slave ship bound for cotton fields, sold in a market down in New Orleans. Scarred old slaver knows he's doing all right. Hear him whip the women just around midnight. So it's like whipping women and stuff. I mean, I've got an erection already.
But when Rihanna talks about it, it's fine.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. I think. Do you think the Rolling Stones should have dropped the song because people complain?
All I know is brown sugar baby. That's all I
know. So you think they should have dropped some song by the Backstreet Boys or something? I've got no idea what you're singing.
How does the chorus go then?
Down, now. How come you feel so good, brown sugar? Down. Is that right?
No. That's
just like a black girl should, yeah. All right. Now I bet your mommy was a 10-show queen and all her boyfriends were sweet 16.
Brown sugar baby.
Should we? I can play the song briefly and it won't get pulled.
It's gonna get pulled.
If we do under 9 seconds, it won't get.
If Nico sings his version over the top of it won't get pulled.
We'll do it under 9 seconds and see how we get on.
Go. That's exactly what I said.
But I don't know why the Stones don't just like ban.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah,
they should just ban annoying woke cunts from their shows. Just say if you're an annoying cunt who's going to complain about brown sugar, why are you coming to see fucking rock and roll in the first place? It's not for.
You can't go back and
Are there like woke people coming to see their shows? Because I think that's why they dropped the song. They wanted to get the woke people in
because they got money.
Because they want new people in, they're old and they're.
But this whole thing of sterilizing the past is ridiculous. It's like the same joke I was doing where that guy complained.
Yeah.
I was saying the attitudes back then in the country were like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for me to go and say, oh no, everything was fine, would be a lie.
Yeah, and how would that make him happy?
Yeah.
It's so weird. What you're saying is actually more progressive than...
Right, erasing history and going back and getting rid of people or events that happen to make our art, suitable for people now who are so sensitive. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Life is scary, life is hard, and horrible shit happens, and art has to, reflect it and chronicle it.
Yeah, and art's also a way of processing it and getting to, an understanding and a truth about it.
And it is a record of history, of events that happen. So to just go back and say, oh no, let's erase history from the classroom, let's erase slavery from songs, and let's replace homophobia from jokes or whatever, and have everything, like nothing horrible ever happened, or let's erase the Holocaust from jokes and whatnot.
Yeah,
that's
Do you think I think a lot of that comes from like a fear of any dark thoughts that they've ever had. So they're like afraid of themselves in a way. So they try to erase it in everybody else to pretend that they're like cleansing their own stuff.
And then erasing that also, when you erase it, it leads to it more likely to happen again.
Yeah.
Because the horrors of it have been totally rinsed or washed from the psyche of the people.
Yeah.
So it's just ridiculous. Let the man sing the song.
Yeah.
There's a
we should
strange...
just let it die sort of like naturally.
But I guess the question is, should they keep singing it at the shows? Because the song can exist in the past. No one's going to get them to delete it from Spotify or whatever. But should they still perform it live?
Yeah, it's one of their best songs.
They're still going to die. They're still going to die like within the next 10 years.
Yeah. I don't think you can cancel the
song
Rolling
is still going to disappear.
Are they going to die?
There's a brilliant video of so like Peter Tosh and Mick Jagger had a song together, and like in the Caribbean, your space is kind of wide because you don't want to be thought of as like, if I come sitting close to me, the first thing you would say like back then would be like, dude, like, are you what's going on here? So Peter Tosh is this Rasta man, right?
Yeah.
And he's got all these great hits like Legalize It and all that, like hardcore Jamaican Rasta man. He's singing on his microphone. Mick Jagger's over there and he has a microphone, right? But Mick Jagger comes over here grinding up next to Peter Tosh, and he's doing all this funky dancing and shit. And you can see in Peter Tosh's eyes that he's so fucking angry. He's just like, what the blood clot is this man doing next to me?
Is it on SNL?
It'll be on YouTube.
Was it on SNL when they did it? Oh yeah, that's the video. I found it.
But then Peter Tosh. There's a bit where he...
Holy shit. That must have been a while back.
That's so funny.
There's a bit we start doing all this funny, and you can see Peter Tosh like, what the fuck is on there?
Oh shit. Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
Brown sugar baby.
Well, there's a thought process at the minute that some people say that like authors and stuff, if you write a racist character, you must have racist thoughts inside you, which really frustrates me because it's not like racism doesn't exist, and it's like you're saying, it should be represented in art.
Yeah, it's just trying to limit people, man. It's ridiculous. That like, wife got this book at home. The woman who wrote it is a white woman, I believe, and it's about the struggles of Mexican migrants crossing the border, and it won all these awards. And there was this whole huge backlash.
Tortilla Curtin.
Something like that.
Right, yeah.
American Dirt or some shit.
All right.
And there was all this backlash saying, oh, she's not a Mexican migrant.
Right.
How can she write this book? It's not her lived experience. Yeah. Everything doesn't have to be your lived experience.
The Chocolate Factory was Roald Dahl's lived experience.
Yeah. That's saying like
mental.
Like Picasso can't paint women because he's not a woman or some madness. Tarantino can't do Django Unchained because he wasn't a black slave.
Yeah.
Well, people say
It's
that.
ridiculous.
People legitimately say that.
Yeah. So, and I think that's nonsense.
Yeah, it's mad.
It is.
So I can't remember the book is I think called American Dirt, and
Yeah.
they rinsed this woman.
Yeah.
I
And
got
it's
it.
never.
Yeah, that's it. Pull it out. What does it say? What's the heading say?
The controversy over the new immigration novel American Dirt. So it's fiction. It's not even like a guide
Yeah.
to whatever.
And I bet it's not saying. I bet the message of the book isn't. Oh, we need to build a fucking wall. You know what I mean? The message, I bet, is quite a sort of sensitive, empathetic
What's
look
wrong
at
with building a wall,
immigration.
though?
Well, this is the thing, man. Like this wall. So this is the thing that bugs me about the wall. Like Trump built this wall, but it doesn't go the whole way along the border. There's a bit where you can go down and like cross the Rio Grande and stuff. You just got to walk for like a day. Then he's not stopping immigrants. He's stopping lazy immigrants, which is the right thing to do. You want just the most motivated ones.
Yeah.
You can like
Leo
be
just
bothered
thinks
walking.
they should have a total wipeout course on the way to the fucking
Absolutely,
border.
that's a great idea. Well, isn't that that's what we've got. The English Channel. The English Channel is our total wipeout course. You know what I mean?
Fucking hell.
We need to have some like foam fucking hammers.
Tough Mudder.
Man, if you're sailing,
Tough
if you're
Mudder
sa-
from Mexico.
if you're
to
sailing on a
America.
dinghy, if you're sailing on a dinghy across the
the-
English Channel, I want some foam hammers knocking you off.
And then at the end, you get a key ring with your picture in it.
But you also have to make British people go through the thing once in a while.
Oh yeah. No, I'm all for
We
that.
need to thin out the herd.
Yeah, and the ones
as
that don't make it, we can dump them in Ireland.
Are we
It's gonna be
proposing
great.
a Hunger Games? Is that what's happening?
Yeah. I think some of the ones that come across are quite hungry. So it already is a sort of Hunger Games. But yeah, that's a great get the most motivated, the fittest and the smartest people for the country. And like you say, we can get the British people to go through it and get rid of some of the shit ones.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind
I'm
that.
up for that.
Shout out to Priti Patel.
Yeah.
Radu, do you think you would have made it through the total wipeout course?
I don't know. I'm thinking about it, having fantasies about it sometimes. I don't know. I feel like I would have liked to be on a raft. That sounds like way horrible. But basically, it is you with like all your thoughts. There's no meditation that's gonna get you, and that's in that same spot of you alone on the middle of the ocean. Sort of.
Yeah.
Is it gonna happen? Is it not gonna happen?
Yeah. I wouldn't like the not knowing if you're gonna like make it or not. That's like
That's the
But
thing,
like in
though,
the not knowing, you get to know yourself for real.
I don't want to get to know myself that much. I seem like a bit of a dick.
Like if you get if you get like you get on a boat, just a little rubber dinghy,
Yeah.
and this person has never driven a dinghy.
Yeah.
Like I mean, do those people ask like, dude, what's your experience?
Yeah. Can I see your license?
You know what I mean? Like, how many trips have you made? Because if it's just a one-time thing and like he never made it there and back, like, is it a drop-off or does he get off the boat as well?
Did they come back?
Yeah,
I think no.
that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Do they?
There's not pilots.
Yeah,
man.
Does it,
See you later.
or do they just we're here now and they're all going?
Because that would make more sense. I guess they all come. So yeah, people just go once.
Yeah,
I
so
think
it's just
the guide just stays in like France and just pushes the boat.
Yeah.
Good luck, everybody.
Like the lifeguard at the top of a water slide.
Yeah.
He just goes, wait, off you go.
Yeah, it's like Al Qaeda learning to fly.
Yeah, you can't really build that experience. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Unless
yeah.
you practice in a lake or some shit. Oh shit!
You could have
They
they could have virtual
mad.
reality. Maybe they'll have like Oculus Rifts in
I
there.
don't know. I don't know if the people smugglers bringing people from Calais have got virtual reality headsets.
Just practice on the Nintendo Wii.
Just
Yeah.
a one-off. Cool. Just you in the back, just praying to Allah. You know what I mean? Like, just let this man make it.
Yeah. But that is, I mean, it would be more efficient if they dropped people off and then went back. Because then holiday makers who want to go to like the Isle of Wight or to France,
They can take people both ways.
take people both ways. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Bring some duty free. Oh, that's the great thing about going to Ireland. You get duty free now. Flying anywhere in Europe. Like, hooray for Nigel Farage and Brexit. You get duty free. I bought a bottle of vodka for 10 quid.
So what is duty free? I've never understood what it is.
Have you ever been in an airport?
Yes.
Right.
How the fuck do you think I got here?
Well, did you ever get your eyes shut? The whole fucking airport is duty free.
Up the ramp.
But I don't understand. But I don't know. I still. What does duty free? So there's no tax, or what's the crack?
Yeah, no tax. So like
Right.
normally
It's
when
like cost price.
But they overcharge you. There's no tax, but they do mark up way more.
so
than
they probably make more money off it than they do selling it in the shops because there's so much duty on alcohol. If you buy a bottle of wine, a bottle of vodka, or whatever, like a huge portion of that money, if you buy it from the shops.
Gotta wrap up
a lot of that money goes to the government as duty, but in an airport, because for some reason it's seen as like beyond international boundaries, you're in this sort of no man's land, this demilitarized zone, so they don't apply duty on things, so you can get cheap alcohol.
Another great tip for the end of the podcast.
Well, I think most people knew about it. I was literally just explaining that to you.
Now the best thing about the duty free is sort of the bag, because if you go on Ryanair, they make you pay like a shit ton of money if you have like
But you
extra
get the big bag.
But if you have like a bag from duty free, you can put in like dirty underwear, you can put in whatever you want, and and carry it for free.
And also the bags are indestructible. It's amazing. They're like those refuse sacks for like cleaning out the garden. They're so sturdy.
I save them. Sometimes I just travel with like 4 bags. Pay 0 luggage tax.
Great, should we wrap up? That's 51 minutes. We did all right.
Can we quickly? I just kind of remembered. I just find it weird of the refugees how because nobody cares about them when they're in the ocean. It's like literally illegal to help them, but literally once they get on the beach, somehow we have to help them.
Yeah.
Like it's a click in our head. Well, now that we've seen his eyes, we can't make him go back.
I think there's a lot of people who wouldn't be trying to sink the boats as well. They do care about them when they're out at sea as well. But yeah, I think by law, once they land, the government has to look after them and provide safe passage. Even though, I mean, I don't know how you can say I'm a refugee fleeing war in Syria. It's like you went through France. There's no war in France. You know what I mean?
As someone who's met refugees from Syria in Greece, the refugee camps are pretty bad, and also there's like infighting within refugee camps, so they still have to escape. Like the war kind of comes with them because people from both sides come
into the same
as
refugees
camp. And then there's like fighting
It's like prison.
So they need to get
prison.
away to somewhere where they get proper asylum, which is why the UK is such a destination for them.
That's mad. That's like my cousin was working in A&E at the Whittington Hospital in North London, and there was a big fight out between the Turkish gangs on Green Lanes. They're literally using like AK-47s and stuff. This is in the news. It's a big story. So they're having this big shootout, and then obviously they're getting hurt, getting shot and stuff, and they're getting rushed to the hospital. But then the police hadn't communicated with the hospital or were sending in all these like gang members. So they were getting put in beds. Like enemy ones were getting put next to each other. Then they're still and obviously the families come in, so then it all kicks off in the hospital again.
Man.
Yeah, you want to go as far away when you're fleeing. You want to go as far away as possible.
Yeah.
When I left Romania, I didn't want to go to like Slovenia.
You don't want to move next door.
Slovenia is way better than Romania, but I still wouldn't.
Yeah, if your house is on fire, you don't move next door.
I think you think of Britain as, this should have never put great in front of Britain. just call it average Britain.
Yeah, Radu, I love your bit about how I'm not here. You think immigrants are here because they want to be? No, we're not here because we want to be in Britain. We're here because we couldn't get into America.
Yeah, that's initially where they have the propaganda of the American dream.
Yeah.
I also kind of feel like a lot of people in the UK want to live the American dream. They have they want to have cars and houses and shit.
Yeah.
Just drive to the supermarket and back.
Yeah.
Like in London, people still take the train around, but if you go like Zone 7, you see people who just, the entire Zone 7 is designed for car users.
Yeah, totally, man. But the thing about America that I love is like they've got this thing where they make the roads and the parking spaces actually bigger than the cars. Okay. Like, man, driving in the UK, it's like you're fucking trying to fit a car down these like little paths that are designed for
try
goats.
driving in Barbados.
Oh man, driving in Jamaica was
like
nuts.
Mad Max Fury Road.
Yeah. Everybody in Jamaica was just driving in the middle of the road and just beeping the horn, and they're like, so they'll be able to hear me.
That's the thing. Yeah, one of the big shocks is you guys don't use the horn here.
Yeah.
We use the horn for everything in Barbados. Like, you see somebody, you know, beep, beep.
Yeah.
You want to cuss somebody out. You just everything. Every interaction. You going around the corner, it's a blind corner. Beep, beep. And here, no one uses the horn.
You want to go left. Beep, beep.
Yeah.
wanna-
It's just crazy.
You want to sing a song? Brown sugar, baby.
Yeah. People have songs in their horns, like ringtones.
Right, like the Dukes of Hazzard.
Like shit like that.
Right,
Yeah.
Amazing.
So, yeah.
I
horn
want
usage.
that.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's allowed in the UK.
I
Probably
think
so many
so,
rules.
Yeah.
Too
You
many
guys are
rules.
too, you know,
Way too many rules, man.
too proper. Too
Yeah, too polite.
Yeah.
Politeness kills. That's
yeah,
what we're
it
saying.
does.
Loud noises. British people don't like
Yeah.
loud noises. And you would just tut.
Yeah.
You could have a horn that tuts. All right, that's a bit of material going in there. Gonna add that to my set. Oh shit.
Thank you very much.
And on
Listen,
that banger,
everyone plug what you need to plug.
yeah. Yeah, just I get in shadow banned. I'm getting shadow banned.
Man.
For all of my vaccine posts on Instagram, they're shadow banning me. True story. And you said it the day before the gig. You posted that if you type your username and it doesn't show up, or you got to type the full thing for it to show, you're being shadow banned. And I normally at the end of my gigs, I give out my tag name, and I did that one night. And like 4 or 5 people came up to me and said,
Couldn't find it.
"Yeah, we can't find your tag name," and I had to actually put in my full name, government name, to pull it up. So yeah, I'm being shadow banned, and
You gotta get one of those QR codes like me.
yeah. And you were to send me how to do that as well.
Yeah.
But
I'll
you
show you how
never
to do
did.
it.
Yeah, that's why it's important. That's why it's important to make fun of fat people, because the other side is fighting as well.
I don't what?
Like the other side, sort of Google and Instagram, they're kind of fighting, but they're kind of, they're sort of like going on the sneakily fighting, trying to shadow ban you.
Okay.
That's very sneaky and annoying, and that's the only reason it's good to make fun of fat people. Yeah. It's not like their feelings still matter, but because we're not allowed to.
I don't do their feelings matter so much.
They're matter for them. I get.
Yeah, but their main feeling is I feel hungry. You know what I mean?
Right, Nico
Alright,
needs
yeah.
to go. Let's wrap up.
Gotta go.
Like and subscribe, all that stuff.
Follow me on Instagram and Twitter.
Yeah.
And watch my special.
Follow Nico on Instagram and Twitter. Radu, do you want to
Follow Leo on Instagram.
And follow me on Instagram and Twitter. See you later, folks.
Bye.
Bye.